Welcome to the CSS3 section of the Complete Web Developer. If you're not taking the Complete Web Developer course and just the CSS3 section, then welcome. We are going to be going over some of CSS3. We're not going to go over everything though. And that's because a lot of CSS3 is still not fully supported. We will be tapping into a few things that are slightly supported. Most of the time it's Internet Explorer or Opera that won't support the property. However, in that case, we'll be going over it just because in the future it will be supported. So what is CSS3? CSS3 is an upgrade from CSS2, very obviously, where CSS2 was one large specification, like one great big file, or if you want to think about it in terms of food, it would be a microwave dinner, one of those frozen packages that you just buy from the store. And CSS3 is comprised of multiple files, and those are called modules. Now you can think of CSS3 as more of a buffet where you go up with your plate and you can select different foods that you want. Now, modules allow each browser to interpret different declarations, such as border radius, where in CSS2, this did not exist and could not exist until it was published in the Cascading Style Sheet recommendation. The benefit to using modules, which is CSS3, is that many new styles can be created and supported in different browsers. The negative, however, is that modules are sometimes unstable. As an example, if one browser tried to use the border radius and it couldn't handle it, it could crash the browser. Chances are it won't. Chances are it just won't round off your border the way it should, or at all. So what this means is that CSS3 is much more open to change, and it will continue to evolve until it's reached its maximum potential. But with its open mind to change comes some stability issues. Now before you go on asking, yes, there is a CSS4. They did start CSS4 a number of years ago. It's still a draft though, and no major browser supports anything from CSS4. There's no reason to support any CSS4 if most browsers don't support everything that CSS3 can offer. So we're not going to go into detail about CSS4 pretty much at all. This will probably be the only time that we actually mention it. Everything else will be CSS3, and I will try my best to explain to you how everything works with CSS3 and which browsers can interpret which properties. So there's a little insight about CSS3. And again, I just want to say welcome, and hopefully CSS3 will change the way that you style your pages and make your pages a lot sexier, a lot funner, and possibly a lot more interactive.